All right, so let's take you to this now. Russian-born South African painter Vladimir Tretchikoff set a new world auction record of 31,892,000 rand for his 1955 portrait lady from the Orient painting at an auction in Johannesburg. The iconic painting was sold to an anonymous telephone bidder after a dramatic flurry of 89 bids, narrowly beating a determined in-room contender at the live auction in Johannesburg. The final prize, inclusive of commission and taxes, comfortably eclipses the previous world record for a Tretchikoff work that was in March of 2013 at a London auction for Chinese Girl 1952. Dr Alastair Meredith, senior art specialist at Strauss Co, who was the auctioneer last night, joins us now. A very good afternoon to you, Dr. Meredith, and I believe congratulations are in order. So we understand it was a dramatic flurry of 89 bids, as I've just said. To someone who is new to the art world or doesn't follow art auctions, speak to us about the significance of this record-breaking sale.
Well, thank you for having me. Yes, I mean, it was incredible to handle such an iconic painting. You can see it behind me. It's a painting that I think resonates with so many South Africans. It's a painting that is famous around the world. It was one of the best-selling reproductions globally from the early 1960s. So to have it in our sale room here in Johannesburg and to be selling it for this world record price was incredibly exciting. We had a packed sale room last night. And to have all the clapping and cheering afterwards was, as I say, very exciting indeed.
All right, let's give our viewers then that sense of what happened during the auction last night and just get a sense of how excited everyone was.
Well, the reality is we've been marketing this picture for a couple of weeks, and we had significant interest from local collectors as well as international collectors. By the time the lot opened, we had a number of people bidding on our platform online. We had a number of people on the telephones, and of course we had people in the room bidding. In terms of how it started online, but very soon it was on the telephones, bidders from around the world. And eventually, after when we were at about 12 million rand, it settled, or the battle settled between two particular bidders, one on the telephone and one in the room. And the bid in the room finally had to step aside, and it was won by a bid on the telephone.
So how close to the actual price was the bidder in the room?
Well, the bidder on the room went up to 27 million rand.
Wow.
And then was finally outbid at 27.2 million.
Wow.
So that was the underbidder's limit. To hit those kind of prices anywhere in the world is amazing, and to have it here in South Africa by such a well-known South African artist, although he was born in what is now Kazakhstan, it is really exceptional. And I suppose it does also put us on the global map in terms of trading in major pictures.
And as you continue to explain, of course, how the experience was for you personally, speak to us about the actual art piece itself. I mean, what should we draw from it, and what's its visual and emotional appeal?
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's quite an incredible painting. Stylistically, it's very much what one would expect from Tretchikoff, this almost hypersexualized Hollywood glamour style imagery. Although this sitter was a real person. She was a 21-year-old girl from Cape Town. She was the daughter of a grocery shop owner in Cape Town. And Tretchi obviously recognized her beauty and asked her to sit for him. She also sat for another very famous painting by Tretchikoff called Miss Wong, which is from 1953. You'll see in these images how beautifully painted it is. You can see wonderful detail in that sort of embroidered medallion style top section of her oriental gown, the little ruby-like red buttons on the collar. You'll see this wonderful glistening porcelain-like face. You'll also notice one of Tretch's famous traits, which is how his figures seem to be almost lit with a green light from within. You know, the skin of the figure has this wonderful green glow coming through. It's a painting that we say has incredible wall power. And we've had thousands of people come to view the work and just really stand in front of it and just take it all in. Many people know the work from the reproduction, but to see it in the flesh, in real life, is a fantastic experience.
Yeah, and I mean, I would imagine as you're talking about war power and global appeal, it has a lot to do with Tretchikoff himself, you know, being born in Russia, rising to fame in South Africa, being commercially successful in Britain. I mean, it does really speak about across and a multitude of nations. What can this art piece then, the lady from the Orient, teach new collectors, for instance, about just investing in art that is both culturally, I think, rooted and also globally appealing, as you've just been saying?
Yeah, well, I think it's important to note that if you are looking to buy art, that you buy things that you really love and that you want to enjoy living with. This particular painting was bought by a man called Mr. Jim Keel. He bought it directly from Tretchikoff. At the time, Mr. Keel lived in Nassau in the Bahamas, and we understand it's been in his family its whole life. And the bottom line is that family has enjoyed the painting immensely. They've lived with it across generations. The fact that it has appreciated so dramatically in value is a wonderful extra bonus. But ultimately, you know, young collectors, new collectors, you know, need to firstly buy pictures that they really love. But like any kind of investment, it's always important to speak to the specialist, to understand as much as one possibly can about the artist and the painting you might buy. And yes, as I say, if it appreciates over time, then that's the extra bonus.
Yeah, and as we wrap our conversation, what gives an art piece that kind of value? How do you know?
Well, that's the $1 million question. You know, it's very difficult to predict which paintings or which artists will appreciate and which won't. I think this painting is special because it has a celebrity status. You know, the fact that it was such a popular print to the point that, well, in 1962, it was the second most popular print in Britain. It was hugely popular again in 63, 64, 65. The fact that it became so recognizable gave the picture a celebrity status. And I think the moment a picture has that kind of appeal, that kind of allure, that kind of fame, its value will always go up and up. If you think of the great icons of the art world, that sort of dominate major museums around the world, those are the iconic pictures that people want to go and see and want to go and visit. And I suppose that is similar with this lady from the Orient.
Well, I suppose it also just transcended space and time, as they say. But thank you so much, Dr. Meredith, for your time. Dr. Alastair Meredith, Senior Art Specialist at Strauss Co, who was the auctioneer last night for that particular piece.